It's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Helicopters are being added into Fortnite. I know. Alright, calm down. But it's true, helicopters are actually being added into Fortnite. Like, they're going to be a brand new vehicle. And in this video, I'm giving you guys all of these stats and all of the proof to show you guys that not only helicopters are going to be in the game, but also they might be a little overpowered, alright? Just make sure to stick around to the end of the video to see how overpowered they really are. But before I get into all the proof and all the stats, I kind of want to talk about the history of helicopters in Fortnite, because it's pretty interesting, actually. Because helicopters were actually in the game way before Chapter 2 Season 2. Like, they're on the map, on the old map, actually, like the Season 1, or the Chapter 1 map. I believe there are like 7 helicopters just scattered around the map, and no one really knew why the helicopters were there. And now we kind of know why, because Chapter 2 Season 2, you know, you got this whole theme of like agency and like secrecy and all that kind of stuff. And also through the teasers as well, there were hints of helicopters being in the game. Like, there's like a helipad you could see in one of the teasers. So there has been a history with helicopters being in Fortnite for a little while. But now it looks like Fortnite is finally going through with it and finally adding helicopters as a vehicle in the game. So our first kind of tip off at helicopters being in the game in the first place was that they're in this loading screen right here. This loading screen right here shows off the new grotto point of interest. Obviously, you guys know what this is. And as you can see, there's a helicopter landing there right on the middle. So everyone got excited for that. And also in the Chapter 2 Season 2 trailer, you could see a fully gold-plated helicopter landing at the agency. So with those two visuals, everyone thought, okay, helicopters are going to be added for sure. There's no doubt about it. And now they are. So let's get into the meat, all right, the info. So the first actual proof we had was related to some lines of coding in the game. There are some new variables about the helicopter vehicle found in the in-game files. And according to Spedicy, I think that's how you say it, these lines of coding were default Choppa min spawn rate and default Choppa max spawn rate. So these lines of coding were relating obviously to the spawn rate of helicopters in the game, so maybe it's going to be different for different matches or different game modes. And now here are some very nice stats about the helicopter. Now I want to warn you guys, these might piss you off, but let's get into it. So first, coming from HypeX, a few things about the helicopter. It's going to have 1500 HP, it can boost like the boats, and it can damage players if it hits them. So this is reminding me a lot about the plane. Alright, the plane kind of acted in a similar fashion. You could boost with the plane, and also if you hit enemy structures or hit players, it would do damage to the structures and the players as well. And also FNBRHQ has some more stats here about the helicopter. He says the spawn rate is 0%, but I'm pretty sure that's because they're not in the game yet as I'm recording this. So the spawn rate is for sure going to change when they're added. Damage to players is going to be 50, so when you're hit by the helicopter, it's going to do 50 damage to you. It's going to do 150 build damage, so when it rams into builds, it's going to do 150 damage. When it explodes, it's going to do 70 damage to players, so a little bit up from you know, that 50 before. And when it explodes, it's going to do 450 damage to builds. When you hit a player at the minimum speed, it's only going to deal 20 damage, so not as bad. And then this last stat I'm kind of confused about. I'm not sure exactly what this relates to, but damage when touched is 100. Now I'm not sure exactly what that is. Let me know in the comments if you know. So what can you expect from the helicopters being in the game? So definitely expect the spawn rate to probably be similar to airplanes, how they were in Season 7 or Season... Wait, was it? Yeah, it was Season 7, I think. It seems as if they're also going to act in a similar fashion to planes as well. You can boost in them. They're going to deal damage to builds when you hit them. They're going to deal damage to players when you hit them. I'm hoping there's no weapons on it. It sounds like there's not going to be any weapons. I mean, I feel like they would have found some stats relating to a weapon on the helicopter. But as of right now, we don't know of any like minigun or any like explosive rockets or anything that are going to be on the helicopter, like built into the helicopter. So that's a great thing. I'm glad they did not do that. And overall, it seems like the helicopters could be overpowered, but I'm hoping Fortnite is gonna, you know, pay attention closely to them and hopefully nerf them or maybe even buff them. I don't know, as you know, the game progresses and as they're in the game longer and longer. Let me know in the comments down below right now, what are your guys'